Right now it is February 2024, and next month, on exactly the 10th of March, I'll be in Bulgaria for 9.5 years already. So this means I've been in this country since the 10th of September 2014. Now, this time has absolutely flown by. I've had such a lot of fun that honestly it's hard to describe the amount of awesome things I've done. So many countries visited, whatever. My life has been absolutely a blast. My whole 20s have nearly been spent in Bulgaria. And if I had to do it all over again, would I do anything else? And I would put both of my hands down and say no. Hands down, best decision I've ever made is probably make this step, come here, take the career path I've chosen. And it's interesting. When I came to Bulgaria, I started working for MSD, a large pharma company. Worked here in the business park. In fact, MSD was our client. So what I did was basically help desk function. I did IT, and I was in the canteen one day, and my boss was joking around, like the office manager. He said, "What made you come to Bulgaria? Like, what's wrong with you?" Like in a joking sense. And I said, "Oh, I'm here to make money." That's what I said, and they were laughing at me, and people were joking. And you come to Bulgaria for that? And I said, "Yes, I'm serious. That's what I'm doing." And I don't know why, but it feels as if I was designated to be here. Like even when I was walking through my area where I was living then, for example, on a miserable Sunday afternoon with winter weather, we still had quite serious winters back then in 2014, 15. I was walking the streets in Vladost, and it's kind of dreary, grey, the flats, a little bit old. And I was thinking, oh, I'm going to make it here. It's a wonderful place. I'm just going to make it here. And I actually did. Almost 10 years later, I totally did. And the path has been only straightforward. I haven't strayed off it in any sense. And here I am, uh, as probably the freest man in the whole of the world. Uh, I can literally move wherever I want, and I work from home. I never need to go to the office. I have my hobbies, I have my friends. I live near the airport. I'm as free as a bird, honestly, and I'm well off. I have zero complaints. Now, the thing why I was sort of focused on money is because I was 30,000 euros in debt when I came here. I had a huge study loan, which is a big thing in the Netherlands. I went to a private school. Now, contrary to popular belief, I'm not from a rich or wealthy background. People might see me travel all the time, but I came from a really average for the Netherlands background where I've paid for my whole studies myself, the 30,000 euros. And when I came here, the interest started to tick. So each day I got like a euro or something, or more, like 3 euros of interest piling on top of the bill. And I was anxious to pay this off because I had taken on an obligation. I had to pay something back, and I in the Netherlands was struggling to make ends meet. So much even that I wasn't making money in the place I was working. I was thinking, should I just go to the back of supermarkets, and if they throw out bread, for example, that's still fresh, should I just take that out? You know. Now I never actually did that because there was no need, but I was on a shoestring budget right up until my 5th year in Bulgaria. So much so, uh, because of paying off these loans, that until my 5th year here, I had zero savings, and I have had several months where my money was literally dried up, and I ended up with 15 cents a few times in my bank account. And what I wanted to eat, for example, I would actually calculate my food vouchers that you get from your Bulgarian employer and go eat my last meals based upon those, you know? I've had these days, literally counting the days till my next salary. Now those days are long gone because I've paid off my loans and I've done well for myself now, and the lessons of being in debt are still with me. I'm financially responsible now. But it is because of Bulgaria. Uh, the thing is that here your income tax is 10%, and then you have something like 13% in social contributions, meaning grand total of 23% of whatever your payslip may be. And that's allowed me to save a fair bit and pay off these 30,000 in the span of, what is it, 8 years in total or something. And I put quite a lot of speed on it. Looking back on it, eventually they put the interest on zero, and thinking of the inflation, looking back at it, it's a whole lot less money now, but back then you just want to get rid of it. That's my mentality. Now, career-wise, I've done well, and this will only be so moving forward as well. The only thing I can look back on is that I should have bought an apartment in Bulgaria in 2014 or 15, like I easily could have with my contract back then. But I didn't because I was looking at adverts at that time and I was telling that, so I'm not sure I would have actually gotten a mortgage, but I could have managed probably. But um, the apartments were 60,000 euros back then in the business park area. Right now they go for double or even triple the amount. And when I came here, I was always thinking, oh, I'll stay 6 months to a year and then I need to go back because there will be more opportunities in my home country. In fact, there were not, and I got into a very nice companies. Last job was from Netherlands Cancer Institute, where I went to work in the hospital for 2 years. Eventually managed to do the work remotely from Bulgaria, and it's just been moving upwards ever since. So I have no regrets. Personally speaking, I've developed a fair amount as well, making lots of friends here, learning the language fluently, and literally what I mean by making it somewhere, where I had this feeling walking in the streets, I'm going to make it here. I just felt designated to be here in that time. I don't know why exactly, but it was uh, sort of thrown into my direction, and it embraced me, Bulgaria. And I embraced it back. Now, by making it here, I literally mean uh, a sense of financial stability and independence. On the other hand, freedom of movement, living close to an airport in a major city, which is unaffordable in most European countries nowadays. But here you have the whole of Europe at your doorstep for tickets that are literally a couple of bucks. You fly to London. Um, Being in control of my health, having access to doctors, working remotely, having sport facilities, everything has been more accessible here than it has been anywhere else. And I think I have a different sense of wealth than most Bulgarians as well, because wealth for me is not having a car, I don't have one. Wealth for me is having public transport for 50 cents a day. So I still have the mindset of being not too well off, but I can translate that into my current status.